Gotta be honest, I kind of am thinking of getting a haircut, dude. I'm getting a little over the longish hair. I don't know, maybe 6 inches, go back to the medium thing. Maybe I kind of want to do the Robert Redford thing again, but I don't know if my hair is thick enough to do it. I don't know, dude. I'm kind of tired of it. But anyway, what are we going to do today? Keeping my channel active, real life wise. I think that I've hit my midlife crisis. I think that I've hit my midlife crisis, my existential crisis, whatever it is, dude. I think I've hit it, and this is a serious conversation. I'm going to talk about it in a joking way, but I think I hit it. You know, I was joking with my friend about it too, and if you remember, I made that recent video. You know, I vlog, do a few real kind of vlogs. You know, a few times a year. A few months ago, I had realized that I could leave the video game community completely. And you know, I've already had times where I'm almost completely gone, but I'll just put out random videos, whatever. But I had that realization that I could leave the video game completely, and combo wise, tech wise, all that kind of stuff. No one, fighting games specifically, no one can catch up to me. I could leave for a generation, right? You know, Dragon Ball Fighters, the only reason I did that was just to prove that I'm the greatest ever, which I think I did that pretty easily, right? No one has ever done for a video game what I've done for Dragon Ball Fighters, and foundational wise, whatever. And if you look at my repertoire, you know, list of things that I've done throughout all these kind of games, no other tech guy, most tech guys, or even people that are considered, you know, good from that spectrum, are only known for one game and maybe a few characters in that game. They're not known for every kind of genre of game, right? Like I've been, right? And no one has ever done what I've done for a game completely like Dragon Ball. And I just, you know, it's just like, man. So, you know, from that aspect too, you know, let me get to why I realize it's at my midlife crisis, right? And I want to talk about catfishing too and some other things too. So recently, I've been waking up, right? And I do get a lot of nightmares because when I was dying from C. diff, they give you this medicine called Flagyl, and I am one of the unlucky people that I get nightmares all the time now ever since I had it. It's just a fucking side effect. It's fucking retarded, but it's a side effect you can get. So I get a lot of nightmares now. But recently, I've been getting nightmares about my brother. And I've been waking up and like crying about my brother, right? And you know when you have like a dream and you see someone in your dream and you know it's them, but they don't exactly look like they do? So a lot of times when I have dreams about my brother, my vision of my brother is always when is very young, right? You know what I mean? But I know he's old, quotation marks, right? And I feel like, and I've had these like scary nightmares about my brother a lot, where I'm just like holding him and I don't know how to help him, right? And I sense that my brother is older, and I'll start crying about him, and I'll wake up crying, and then I don't want to like bore you with the deep. Maybe I should try to tell you the funny story, because you know me and I was trying to make it funny. You know, sometimes you got to laugh about bad things, but so I don't want to go into too much of it. But and you know, so, and then I have these dreams where I cry. If I'm crying about my brother getting older, I know I must be fucking old, right? Holy fuck! If my brother is getting older, I must be old. And the thing is, I've never felt old in terms of so much what a if I'm correlating myself to a normal person my age, I guess. I've never felt old in that sense. Of course, I've always felt old because I'm just in so much pain. And I know it's not normal, you know, just living my life in and out of a hospital, you know, having to teach myself basically to walk again before, you know, life or death situations. And I feel old. And, you know, I put up that video recently, I think it was a few days ago, where I had a bad cluster headache, you know, shout outs to oxygen tank in the back, you know, just real sick just again yesterday. And so that stuff makes me feel old because I feel like life has passed me by because of my health. So for sure I feel old in that way, but now I've felt old just like, man, I'm getting older. If I recognize my brother is getting older, I'm getting older. And I think about the things that have happened in my life, and I think about things like video games, and I think that, man, you know, competitively, I actually was able to win tournaments. How many people can even win tournaments, right? And I won them while I was sick. And I'm think factually speaking, you can actually look what I've done in video games and be like, no one has the kind of track record that I've done for fighting games. That's fucking crazy, right? You'd think the whole entire world, who the fuck has done what I've done in fighting games? Now the community wants to hide it, but that's what I'm getting at. It's like, man, I have, I talk about moral victories in life, and you can't, moral victories are cool, just like I've been able to keep myself, I look like I'm in good shape, right? I'm killing myself trying to work out half the time, right? You know what I mean? So that's a moral victory, but I don't have anything to show for it. Video games, you have that moral victory no matter how much the community tries to hide it, and even if they do hide it, if you look, no one has fucking done what I've done in video games, right? And so when I think about that stuff, it's like, oh, like people have profited off of what I've done, and that's like, man, I'm getting older, and I've talked about, me and my friend have talked about, like, man, dude, I can't believe you're still finding new stuff. It's like, and I'm like, dude, I'm squeezing blood out of a turnip. I don't know how the fuck I'm doing so much squeezing. I don't know how I'm doing all this shit either, dude. Like, I'm surprised. Like, it can't last forever, right? You know what I mean? I'm squeezing blood out of a turnip for this shit. And I'm succeeding in that sense of continuously proving that no one is on my level. It's not even close. I'm continuously succeeding while people want me to fail. And that's cool because you can see so many other people that they have people that they want them to succeed, and they've done nothing, right? They've done nothing while people want them to succeed. I have succeeded, morally speaking at least, right? Not financially. I've succeeded while people wanted me to fail. And I keep doing it over and over and over and over again. It's ridiculous. And that's why I said, man, I realized a few months ago I could leave the video game community for the next generation. And no one can catch up to me. And that's fucking crazy, but I don't have anything to show for it. I think about the modeling stuff, and it's like, man, I had that chance to do the modeling. Do I get mad at myself? And it's like, well, how do I get mad at myself? I didn't expect to, get as sick as I've been. You know what I mean? No one expects that. Do I blame myself? I even think about the catfishing stuff. I was, people were catfishing as me before it was even called catfishing, I don't think, right? And I think about, man, I was looking through my folder recently of, my pictures have been stolen so much on the internet, right? And so many times when someone becomes, or their pictures get stolen, catfish-wise, whatever, that person becomes famous. And because I don't take myself seriously like that, like I never thought I was cool, I feel like, man, I really missed that I really missed that opportunity to actually like make something of it, because I'm thinking about, look at all the people, again, so many people that get catfished and then they become famous from their pictures being stolen. But I didn't become famous. I became like infamous, right? My fakes became more famous, and I was looking at my Skype folder, and oh my God, dude, do you realize how fucking hot some of these girls are that I have fucking Skyped? Models from all over the world, people that have been on TV, you know what I mean? It's fucking crazy, dude. Do you know what I mean? Like on these international dating sites. And serendipitously, coincidentally enough, sometimes you do actually meet legitimate models, right? Much more legitimate than me, you know what I mean? And it's like, wow, dude. And of course, a lot of these girls, they have no idea how fucking sick I really am, right? You know what I mean? The kind of life I really live, right? And it's like, man, I what an opportunity that, and it's, health-wise too, because when my pictures were really being stolen, I think it was around 2014, 2000 to 2016 maybe. It was just so many fakes of me on the internet. I think around that time, and around that time too, I think it was 2015 or 2016, whatever the year before Pokemon Go was, you know what I mean? I was really sick. I had 4 months where people were taking care of me, again, on and off. Like I said, people have no idea how sick you could be. Like I couldn't even walk half the time, right? Like sick enough that, I don't even know if I'm ever going to be able to jack off again. I was just so randomly sick. And, that was a part of the time that I'm like Skyping some of these girls. And these girls don't know how sick I am some of these days. Like my body is like, things are not good, right? And so I never got to take advantage of, like, man, some of these girls are so fucking like, God damn, I can't even take advantage of this shit, right? And it feels like, wow. And it's like, and I actually feel old now. I feel it getting harder and harder to push myself, right? Like, it's not even like, are you into the daddy thing? I hope you're into the daddy thing because legitimately I probably could be a daddy, right? Do you know what I mean? And it's like I feel that I'm getting older, and then especially with COVID, I had saved my money because I live so frugally, 99.9% of the time, that I had saved my money to try to travel the world, and now I've just been stuck at home 2 years doing nothing, right? And it's like my life has passed me by. I have things that are legitimate accomplishments video game wise. Video games are almost like a fucking curse. It's almost like a curse that I'm good at video games, right? You know what I mean? It's like the video game curses. It's like, well, could you enter tournaments again? It's like, well, dude, I've had surgery on my hands. I can only play video games for so long. The fatigue is insane. I can't even imagine entering tournaments like people do. Playing video games all day. I don't know how the fuck people do it. It's not something I can do. Raw skill wise, I'm confident though, of course, but it's like that's a life thing, that accomplishment that I have nothing really to show for. The looks department, I've talked about looks, and man, I faked being cool to such a level that I've said before, I've had girls cry on camera for me that they were so shocked that I was real. Have you ever had a girl cry for? Have you ever had a girls spill your spaghetti? Like, there was a time in my life where I was so popular and so fakely known, you know what I mean, that I've had stalkers, dude. Can you believe I'm a fucking nobody and I've had stalkers. I still have fucking stalkers, right? But some real fucking crazy people. But I've become so sort of known in my sort of random bubble. I've had girls come up to me in town before and just start shit talking me that they wanted to be the one person that turned me down, as if I'm having sex with every single fucking girl that exists or something. So bullshit. Like, do you realize like what a bizarre level it is to actually be negged as a guy, that they think you're cool or something like that? Cool, dude. Like, I remember I've told the story. I've had guys that I told that one story. That guy wanted to go and pick up girls with me, and as we were doing it, I realized that something weird was going on because he was always talking shit about me, and I didn't realize, and even on Facebook, and he was like taking shots at me, and I'm like, is this kind of like, hey, we're all joking around? And at some point I'm like, man, you're kind of like, is everything okay? And I even had a friend, he's like, dude, there's something wrong with that dude. This is like not a joke, dude. He's trying to like actually legitimately talk shit about you. And I'm like, yeah, what the fuck is it? I think something's going on with this guy. And the weird thing is too, he wasn't even a bad looking guy. He was a dude that me as another dude, I could be like, he's a good looking dude. I could see girls would want to fuck this guy. He's good looking. And I found out that the guy had some kind of, he thought, and I could probably go find the messages, he had it against me because while I was in the hospital and I lived, his grandpa died. And he was mad at me. He thought he had some kind of fucking psychological fucking illness with this motherfucker. His grandpa died in the hospital, but I lived. And he was mad at me about it. That's fucking weird as fuck, dude. Are you serious? I have to save naked pictures that girls send me because I don't know if they're going to accuse me of trying to do something with them, which I'm glad I've actually done that before because that actually has happened. I can't believe, like, I thought maybe the girls thought they were messaging me on Snapchat and I turned them down, and I guess maybe they thought, Snapchat deletes messages or something. I'm like, dude, I turned you down in these other messages. So, and they're like, where? That never happened. And like, oh shit. And they're like, so. Save your messages. I can't do it. Anyway, the point is, but you think from that looks department, I have nothing to show for it. I achieved such a fake level of fake coolness that I have haters for that. So the whole point is like, I have nothing to show in my life, despite actual kind of things that should be cool, right? And I guess part of the look thing is, I should have like, some of these model bosses, they wanted to fuck me. I guess maybe I blame that as I don't want to fuck you. You're old. You're not hot to me, right? I had that one girl. Oh my God. Can you imagine? I've had girls that have been in movies. Can you believe that? I'm not saying like Brad Pitt famous, but B level, C level maybe. I don't know what you would call them. I guess they've been in movies. It's still pretty cool, right? They've spilled their spaghettis and their spaghettis, not even just spaghetti, the spaghettis in front of me. I still have their phone number. I could call them up. I don't know if they're going to answer, but you could be like, why do you have that person's phone number in your phone? haven't they been in movies? I'm like, yeah, I guess they have been. I mean, they're cool. I don't want to fuck them, but probably should have. Would have been good for my career. My career of fake coolness. But anyway, I realized, man, dude, I've been waking up crying about nightmares just, and I realized I'm old now. It's not just old feeling from, fuck, I am so sick. I'm so tired of being in and out of the hospital oldness. I'm just getting older. Does that make sense? And I've actually seriously felt that. I remember asking my friend, I was like, have you had your midlife crisis yet? And he's like, well, I have money and I've already done so much in my life, so no. So money is, goddamn, if I'd be like, well, yeah, dude, if I was making money off of all this shit, I don't think I'd have my midlife crisis either, right? He's like, I got money, I'm doing all this shit. I've done everything I wanted. So I was like, I'm not having a midlife crisis. He's like, but you, yeah, I could see why. I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't know. And I think too, something I think too, I always said these things, these health vlogs, I always think that maybe a problem is too, I always put off this testosterone. And I feel like I have such low energy from being sick. And it's like, maybe I should just take this testosterone stuff. Give me a little more pep in my step, a little more positivity. Because you have no idea how hard it is to push yourself when you're actually sick. Right? When you don't have people for you. You don't have people promoting you. People pushing you, like a cheerleader. When you got to be your own fucking hero. And from some perspective, like I said, that saved me. Because maybe when I was dying in the hospital and I've had all this stuff, maybe there's a perspective of, well, if I thought that I had a good life, if I had a good life, actually, it's like, well, I could die like this. It's like, I've never had anything fucking good. I can't fucking die now. I can't kill myself because I don't believe in heaven. What the fuck is killing myself going to do? Right? That's not going to do shit. No one's waiting for me if I kill myself. There's no heaven or fucking hell. I'm just going to be dead. That's fucking retarded. There's not some fucking mental illness. So many people, I'm not trying to make light of people that are depressed, but boy, it is sure fucking easy just to be like, oh, I'm depressed. Will you take care of me? Blah, blah, blah. That's not, you know what? I'm a guy. That's not going to fucking save you, right? So I got to be, motivated. I got to be my own fucking hero. So I always think about, do I need that testosterone? I'm worried about, well, would I have these side effects? You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm doing. But life is fucking scary. And I don't know what I'm going to do. And I realized that, man, I'm in the midlife crisis. This is the midlife crisis. This is the existential crisis. I don't know what's going on. I've been stuck at home for 2 years. I'm still sick all the fucking time. Nothing I ever do health-wise is making me better. You just groan, and it's like no matter how hard I push myself, no matter what medicine I take, it's like nothing is doing anything. And that's life. That's life of a real sick person. Not a fake fucking sick person, right? You know what I mean? And it's like you're sick. You're gonna be sick the rest of your life till you die, right? And it's fucking hard being really sick, not a fucking fake sick, right? And it's like, man, I'm just stuck. I as a human being, you need to look forward to something, right? And it's like, what am I looking forward to? And I don't know. Video game stuff, I've already proved I'm the best. There's nothing for me to ever do in video games again. Like I said, I could leave for the next generation of video games. You can't catch me. As a human being, you want to do something new. I've already explored the fucking universe. You can't fucking catch me. The universe has been explored. I fucking did it. And you did. You want to say that the universe has not been explored. I can't. What do I do? The catfishing stuff, it's like, fuck, maybe I should have fucking used people. I should have tried to fuck these sugar mamas, these people that are rich and shit like that. But it's just not me. I don't know. It's like I feel like and that's definitely something I guess you would blame me. It's like, well, fuck, man. I guess I got to blame myself that, my regrets in life are not using people, not lying about people. And I've also told that story. It's like, man, a few years ago, maybe more than a few years ago, I feel like this was probably 5 years ago this happened, right? I thought, can I make the world a better place by, answering thousands and thousands of messages? I was trying to help people, doing homeless people stuff. I say that with an asterisk mark. I don't want you to think I'm going to homeless shelters and everything like that, but I have definitely gone out of my way to be more friendly. And like I told that homeless story where that person, I got them food. No, I shouldn't say that. That sounds like I'm just grocery shopping for them. So again, I don't want to talk like that, but I remember I'd gotten the guy cereal, right? And I gave the guy cereal, and he was like, and I'm like, well, here's some cereal, and I was like, here's a water, and the guy was just like, well, how am I going to eat cereal without milk? And I was just like, ugh, nothing I ever do is good enough. And I'm like, and I know, and that's one of those weird things too, because no one is ever going to see me helping these people. And it's like, I just know I'm going to come home and I'm going to see messages from these crazy people saying I did this stuff. I'm going to have people think I'm a bad person, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, I started hating myself for helping people, right? And it was just like, I feel bad for being nice to you, right? I don't even feel good because it's like, oh, I thought I was doing something nice and it's not good enough. And now I'm going to come home and I'm going to see some crazy messages. Clayton's evil, all done all this shit. And it's like, fuck, nothing. Anyway, remember to like the videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share. If you want to support the channel. Like I said, I am thinking about, I kind of want to do shorter. I don't know. I'm getting a little bit tired of the longer hair, basically. The end.